Hi, I'm here with a friend of mine, Benjamin. Rather than introduce Benjamin, I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Hi everyone, my name is Benjamin Gutierrez. I am the owner and manager of Beach Garden Social House, which is one of the newest restaurants here on Broadway, which is the gay and lesbian district of Long Beach.
So, how long have you been in business now?
We have been in business for almost 2 years now.
Wow, that's great.
We'll hit 2 years in June when we got our keys.
Awesome. It's also worth noting that both Ben and I are members of the Long Beach Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce. I should say the Long Beach LGBTQ Chamber of Commerce. That's actually how we met.
Yeah.
And as an organization, we've had several events here at this location. So tell me about your experience in terms of why did you want to do a restaurant, or what is your experience?
Yeah, so I went to school, my undergraduate degree in business and public relations, and once I graduated, I was doing a lot of public policy, working with developers, so a lot of mixed-use developments like restaurants and condos. After that, I started working for Expedia, and I was there for 8 years after a stint doing public relations and marketing for the city of Beverly Hills. So I worked really closely with restaurants and hotels for the last 10 plus years. My family has a couple other restaurants throughout Long Beach and LA, and so I've kind of always been around the hospitality and tourism industry. While I was going to college, I was of course paying for school by serving and bartending, so did that for about 4 plus years at Bubblegum Shrimp Company and some bars around USC.
Awesome.
And
And so do you live locally? I mean, have you lived locally for a while? Or?
Yeah, so I actually, I was living in Sydney, Australia for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
And then when I moved back, I started living in Long Beach. Me and my brother actually bought a duplex, and we started reconstructing it. We built it pretty much, we knocked everything down to the studs and redid everything. And yeah, so kind of all that together kind of tied into, hey, why not take over this restaurant and build something that I think would be supplemental to the community.
Awesome. And how did you come up with the name?
Beach Garden. I definitely wanted something that was beachy because we're 2 blocks away from the ocean, which is amazing. And also, if you haven't been here yet, it's a really awesome large patio, so it felt like gardeny vibes. So I put it together, and maybe coincidentally, it's my initials. I don't remember if I did that on purpose.
Ah, how about that? I didn't know that. Yeah.
But yeah, so kind of just felt like it tied into together, and thought it'd be a fun name.
And so, did you come up with the design of the place? Because I know you've got these kind of flowers, not real, but they look really nice. I mean, it creates a really nice ambiance.
Yeah, I wanted something a little bit, where you come in and you can kind of relax and unwind, and I find being in nature really does that for me. So wanted to create something that people felt welcomed, and yeah, so I kind of came up with the design here.
And what about the menu? How did you arrive at the menu? I mean, you want to talk a little bit about what type of menu it is, that sort of thing?
Yeah, well, my family is from Leon, Guanajuato, in Mexico. So a large portion of the recipes are family recipes, such as my Nina, which is my godmother, her green pozole, which is one of my favorite things on the menu.
Oh, I haven't had that.
My Pop's ceviche is my dad's ceviche recipe. It's a little bit different, as he likes to point out every single time he's here. But he pretty much was the basis for that. And also the abuelita's arroz con leche is my grandma's arroz con leche recipe. And my mom's chilaquiles, which is my favorite brunch.
And now, do you mention any of that in the menu in terms of on each dish? Do you mention that they're related? Who the recipes related to, that sort of thing?
Yeah, subtly. And the ceviche is called Pop Ceviche. The chilaquiles is called Tila Chilaquiles, which is my mom's name, Tila Domitila.
Wow, that's great.
So yeah,
I love that. I personally wanted to open up a bed and breakfast.
Oh really?
And I wanted to know name each room by relatives who raised me.
Oh, nice.
And so it's really kind of nice. I love when I go to a restaurant or any place and there's that history of connection to the family, right? To either people in your family or that sort of thing.
That's kind of why I opened up this place when I first kind of came up with it was, for me, family is really big, and my favorite times are just being able to get together and eat some of this food. On New Year's Eve, we eat the green pozole. and it's one of my favorite days because I love doing pozole, and I think it's more than just the food. It's getting together with my family and knowing that all my cousins are going to be there and all my favorite aunts and uncles. And,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this is a food from Mexico or not, but you know what buñuelos are?
Yeah.
Do you ever?
Well, we have those in the recipe as well.
You do?
Or in one of our recipes, yeah.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that. I have to remember to eat. Do you make them year round, or because they're normally done during New Year's?
Yeah, we had them for Christmas. We still have them now. It's usually like a wintry type of dessert, so we have it through the end of February.
And what about tamales? Do you have any tamales?
Tamales, we don't do tamales because I feel like those are very hard to.
They're labor intensive.
They're very labor intensive, honestly. So, but also you can get them very, very good, very, very cheap in many places. So,
yeah, and I know where.
I got a few spots too.
Yeah, exactly. So, what has been the audience? How does the audience take you being here? And I mean, obviously, you have a great ambience here. It's an outdoor space. It's really great. So, how has the audience been receptive to the restaurant and the menu and everything?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you're not familiar with this space. It's the former Ambrosia Cafe, which I think has been here for about 30 plus years.
Yep.
As well as many of the other bars on the street. So, Mine Shaft and Falcon and Brit. All these places have been here. They're really important staples in our community. So coming into the community, I feel very honored to be here, and creating something that's a little bit steers a little more different from what Ambrosia Cafe was, and it's been great to see that we've been able to all come together as a community, not just exclusively a gay bar or a lesbian bar, but being able to create events that everybody in our community, even our allies, can get together for a nice bottle of wine or a great cocktail and eat some food. And,
I've lived in Long Beach in 1987.
Oh, wow.
And so when I first moved here, it was nice to come to this part of town and go to the local bars and eateries. We just had an event. Actually, we didn't, but the other girls with the Alliance had an event
at Black.
Yeah, at the Black. I didn't know that it was owned by two lesbians.
Oh,
right?
okay. I don't think they are actually.
Oh, they're not. No. Oh no. I'm sorry. If you're listening to this, I'm sorry. I thought. I'm sorry.
I actually asked her because you're the one that told me that. And then,
I thought they were.
Yeah, it's actually funny because that day I was like, I didn't realize that you guys were partners. She's like, no, business partners. And I was like, that's funny. I think somebody else thought that you were.
But
lesbian.
Neither one of them are. No. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
They're gonna listen to this and they're gonna kill me.
No,
how am I gonna edit this out?
You don't even have to. They're so sweet. They're so amazing.
I apologize. Anyway, so that particular space used to be a pretty good popular place, and we used to have our real estate LGBTQ real estate group used to meet there once a month. Michael Barber used to host us. It was a very lively place, and it was a restaurant, and then of course you've got several bars down the street. So it's very nice that another restaurant catering to the community, and hopefully it's a mixed community, not just an LGBT community, because I like the idea that we're all as a neighbors community of Long Beach coming together no matter where it is. And
I think I kind of tell people when they ask just because a restaurant's a Mexican restaurant doesn't mean that only Mexicans can go there.
Exactly.
Or Italian restaurant, only Italians can go there. It's something where our culture and our community is naturally embedded in everything that's here, the music, the decor, the service, things like that, our events. But we want, it's here for everyone to enjoy.
Exactly, and that's really a good thing. So what about, what do you see for the future of this place? You've been here 2 years, so.
Yeah, it's been 2 years, and I look forward to being a staple in this community. So in 30 years, people will say I remember when I had my wedding there, or I had my great birthday party there. I already get comments about people deciding to move to Long Beach because they found a place like this and they really enjoy it. And that's always it's a lot of pressure.
I'll be dead in 30 years, but hopefully you'll still be here.
Because everyone here is so nice because of this place, and and I'm like, oh wow, they're literally got a real estate agent and started looking for a place, and they're here on brunch time, and I was like, oh wow,
so that's a great segue. So, we both are real estate agents, right? Do you still have your license?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he does real estate on the side as well, and so am I. Obviously, I do real estate. But you host events here. You want to talk about that and how what's available and that kind of thing?
Yeah, so every week we do a weekly trivia on Wednesday that's hosted by the #1 downloaded podcast on iTunes. Her name is Ricky, and she's amazing. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Today's Thursday. We do open mic nights. If RuPaul's Drag Race is on, we do a viewing party on Fridays. And then we have special brunches and other special events throughout the year.
Awesome. And so how does somebody, do they contact you, or how do they contact you if they want to do an event here and stuff like that?
Yeah, our website, www.beachgardensocial.com. You can see what events we have, and if you're interested in having an event here for like a birthday or a wedding, we have all the information there about capacity and cost and things like that. That would be your one-stop shop for all the information.
And so do you do anything special, like when Gay Pride is around? And because the parade is just 2 blocks away. So
it's a party. It was last Pride was our first Pride, and this place was filled to the brim, and it was so much fun. We had a special DJ featured. We had special drag brunches. We did a special trivia bonanza the week before, so it was a whole week of events.
Now, did you open up earlier and all that kind of stuff, and close later? Or?
Yeah, we opened up earlier, and then the route came just two blocks away. And
right.
So this year, the Pride moved to August. So we'll be
really?
ready for that. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, so it'll be nice and toasty, so we can walk around in tank tops and.
Or shirtless.
Or shirtless.
Not me,
too,
but.
Yeah, well, we have time.
Yeah, no. I doubt that I'm gonna make that big of a change. But okay, so you serve food. It seems like it's kind of like a Mexican menu of sorts.
Yeah, Mexican to American, and then we do craft cocktails. So all of
right, that was my other
are...
thing. So you serve cocktails. You have bar. So also any special drinks that are on your cocktail list of sorts?
So we rotate them about every 2 months, and they're all made with fresh juices, fresh simple syrups, and agaves. Our margarita is called the Basic Bitch Margarita. Sorry for cussing on your
That's
podcast.
okay.
But that one's just a very classic lime cocktail made with lime juice, simple syrup, agave, and our tequila, which is Olmeca Altos.
So are any of the drinks associated with a family drink or somebody that somebody liked, or?
The one that we like the most is the Paloma. So we're actually voted the best Paloma on the street.
I don't know what a Paloma is. So what is that?
Well, in like a typical I'm gonna say this is like classic Mexican drink is actually squirt and tequila, and that's it. And it's just like they squirt in tequila, and you call it a Paloma. And you usually put like salt, right?
The squirt is a drink, right? It's like a soda. Yeah, soda. Yeah.
But our Paloma is made with fresh grapefruit juice.
Oh, that's good.
And soda and agave. So it's kind of like a margarita, but with grapefruit juice.
Awesome. And just one final question, just to kind of, you worked through the COVID, right? You were open during COVID, and you still have people coming in and everything, right? So you survived. No, well, not during at all. Even though you have an open space and with people wearing masks. And
we opened up about mid 2021, actually the end of 2021. So
and COVID started in 2019.
Yeah. So then in January time is when the Omicron surge was getting pretty bad, and so people were getting sick, but there wasn't any closures, but people were still weary. But that was kind of one of our unique values, was that we were mostly in outdoor patios, and people felt safer to be outside, and we were able to do trivia. There's still people today that haven't been inside to an indoor restaurant, and so this is a great place for them to come and join.
Yeah, I love the space, and I love outdoor spaces. I'm also glad that you opened up that interior there, because when you first opened up, that was closed off.
Yeah.
Mostly for the servers and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's nice that you've opened that up to the general public.
Yeah, we got a whole new brand new bar, and so that was allowed us to make more cocktails and service faster, and that's new from what Ambrosia used to have. But now with Beach Garden, we have a whole new full bar, all the tequila mezcal tastings that you enjoy. We have amazing cosmopolitans. It's my favorite. We have a new espresso martini called the Hype Man, and that's one of my favorites. It's made with some fresh cold brew, some Kahlua, shaken nice and hard, and then comes out nice and frothy. It's delicious.
Cool. I'll have to try it the next time I'm here. Listen, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
doing this. We sort of kind of had some logistics parts getting it together. I screwed up and didn't put it on the calendar.
Oh,
You
no,
did.
it's great. It's amazing.
But it worked out, and I'm glad that we actually did it here at your place because, again, you've got a really nice place, and it's I wish you the best of luck in the future. I hope you're here 30 years. That'd be great.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And again, I'm Joe Mendez, and this is Benjamin, and I will post this on all my social media platforms. It is part of my Morning Cup of Joe series, even though we're not doing this in the morning, but it will go on YouTube and all of my social media platforms. So stay tuned and come visit Beach Gardens. It's
Beach
not
Gardens
gardens, it's garden, right?
Beach Garden Social House.
Right.
Yeah.
Beach Garden Social House.
The corner of Cherry and Broadway.
Yeah, there you go, up there. All right. Thanks, Ben.
All right, thank you. Bye.